It's like story time, isn't it? Today I'm going to talk about Chapter 9, Pre Paving Your Path. So this is about segment intending. This is a really powerful part of the book because we start to shift from noticing what the mind is doing and reacting to a space of we're using the responsive mind, but now we're more so, rather than that stuff that's happening to us and rather than reacting we respond, it's more so what are we going to create? And as we're moving and understanding the mind, we're starting to see that the mind is a tool of perception. So pre-paving your path, we're going to talk about segment intending. So segment intending is a process, and if you've read the chapter, you would have seen that we're breaking, so segment intending, we're breaking the segment down to a day, and we're making the intending the intentions, or more so, what is the emotion that I would like to invite into my day or days. We use the process or the analogy and the metaphor of the genie, coming out of the bottle, and then asking you, well, what would you like? What would you like to invite? And this is a question that we don't necessarily ask ourselves that much. We're more so telling people what we don't want in life rather than what we do want. And this is the shift, because remember, energy flows where attention goes. So, and, via the law of attraction, while I activate what I don't want, I'm going to find more things that I don't want. When I activate what I do want, then I'll find more things that I do want. Remember, Henry Ford said, whether you believe you're right or you're wrong, you're always right. So I'll always find what I'm looking for. So if that's the case, then why wouldn't I want to look for things that are empowering in nature, that create union, that bring people together, that support, that love, that nurture, that foster? See, there's that sort of stuff. Now, the reason why I probably wouldn't do that is because I believe I'm undeserving of it. Always something to consider, and I'll continue to remind you of that. So the process here is we do this funneling process. And with the funneling process, we have the 3 funnels, and we just want to look at emotional states that we'd like to invite into our days. I initially started off with ease, because I thought, wow, there's so much hustle and bustle, and I sort of felt as though I was constantly under pressure and had to get to places. And I just thought, So once again, contrast allows me to know or lets me to become aware of what I don't want. What is it that I do want? It's usually the opposite. So I wouldn't mind some ease. So then it's about putting that into the funnel and then packing around it. Well, where there's ease, what else is there? Well, there's flow, there's harmony, there's calm, present. I'm actually light and joyful. So see how we're sort of packing around that. And I think in the example in the book, ease, stillness, connection, relaxation, peace, harmony, joy, flow, and union. So then I came to the understanding, came to then look at that and go, okay, out of all of those things, which one would I like to, invite the most? Now, in saying that, when I brought in ease, and that then becomes that one word for the mantra, that ease represented stillness and connection and relaxation. So notice that the one word represents everything that's in the funnel. I don't have to remember everything in the funnel. I just need to remember one word. And then you just go through that. And, I came up with, harmony and then time to spare. So for some people, it might be a bit of a challenge to come up with 3 words. So initially just start off with 1. And if you can start off with 1, then that's fine. If you can move through and get 2 or even 3, then do that as well. What you might then start to find is, as we're starting to look for it and find it through our days, or not find it, you might find that that word that you've chosen isn't the word that best describes what you're looking for. And so then you might go back and just review it and then shift it and change it. You'll intuitively know what's going on. For me, at that particular time, ease, harmony, and time to spare were really, really great segment intendings. Notice that I said at that time. So what I did was, after I practiced this every day, I started to notice that probably 3 or 4 days in a row, it then became a little bit automatic. or I started to see these things more and more. And actually, it was probably about 2 or 3 weeks it then started to become automatic. Now, when it becomes automatic, then you can then start to create a whole new segment intending. So I then went to, I think it was love, presence, and union. So that was something else that I then started to invite in. My one, and I may have said that in the book, my one mantra that I just invite now is fulfillment. Because the more that I feel fulfilled, the more that I can, more experiences that I have that represent fulfillment. It's just like gratitude and appreciation. So go through that, have a go at it, get the funneling process down. Now, you know, I've got a little bit in there around the emotional guidance scale, emotional guidance scale from Abraham Hicks, and then also from Dr. Hawkins as well too, which then looks at it. And then there's a little bit around the emotions that we can then place upon water. And remember, we are 70% water. The exercise that you can go through, and what I'll do at the end of this video in the comments, I'll also put a PDF for the funnel, and also the exercise that you can actually do then for the mantra. And so what we want to do there is that when we wake up in the morning, before we get out of bed, while we're still in bed, while we've still got our eyes closed, start to go over the mantra. And as you go over the mantra, think about the 3 words. Think about the last time that you experienced each of those emotions. So ease, when was the last time I felt ease? Well, that was, you know, yesterday. It was with these people doing these things. So I'm using the visualization component and the imagination, prefrontal cortex. As I've got that and I'm starting to fill that picture up, and in my mind's eye, I've got my eyes closed, I then start to feel into it. So feel the emotion of ease. Well, what does ease feel like? And notice that I've already got the picture, so it's easier for me to feel the emotion. Once again, the emotion is in the limbic system. It's the mammalian brain. So that's the mammalian brain talking to the prefrontal cortex, the responsive mind. Very, very important. So now that I've felt that, you know, there's a bit of a magic formula here. You want to feel it for at least 17 seconds. If you can feel it for 51 seconds, then you're going to get the most out of it. Okay, so all you really need to do is feel it for a minute, and then go on to your next mantra. Feel, you know, remember when that was. Feel into it. Feel it for a minute. And then you do the same with the third. Now, what I have found is that as you're tuning your channel and as you're connecting to that vibration and that frequency of the emotion, for the first couple of hours through the day, it'll be quite easy to find those things because that's what is at the forefront of your mind. What then starts to happen is, depending on how well practiced you are with this, is the default mechanism of the mind starts to come in, and we get to work and we're starting to hang out with the same people, and all of a sudden stress comes in, all that sort of stuff. Now, hopefully by the time we've got to this part of the book, we're starting to see all of this stuff that's being placed upon our path. We're starting to respond to it, okay, and we're not getting caught up in it as much. So that will allow this segment intending to increase and hold focus for a longer period of time. However, it's important to remind yourself of the mantra a couple of times per day. And the way that I liken it is, it's like strumming the guitar. If you strum a guitar, the intensity of the sound of the chord will be quite high, and then it starts to peter away. It's sort of like in the morning, your frequency around the emotions is quite high, and then it starts to peter away. And then what you want to do is then hit the chord again and just bring it up again. Now, the way that you do that is you can just go into meditation, close your eyes, 3 minutes is all you need, or you hang around with people who are of a similar nature. You go out and remind yourself, oh, there's some more ease. So see how I'm just reminding, oh, that's right, ease, oh, harmony, and I do have some time to spare. So you're reminding yourself in that way as well too, okay? So that's, I guess, a synopsis of the chapter, and hopefully that's helped, and I'll put some stuff at the end of this as well too, okay? But a really, really important process, because now from here on for the next chapters and hopefully for the rest of your life, you can wake up and go, hey, what is it that I want? What do I want to invite into my days? Because you know what? I'm sick and tired of telling people what I don't want, because I just seem to find more of what I don't want. And you'll be able to see this within people. Start to ask life. Start to ask self. You are the chord that you want to strum. You are the emotion that you want to invite. Life can only give to you that which you already are. And when you set off your intentions in the morning, you are creating the momentum for the day. And as you create the momentum for the day, it follows through. Now, once again, at the end of the day, the momentum will subside, you'll go to sleep, and then you wake up again, and then you start the momentum again. Okay? So, hope that makes sense. Hope you're enjoying the book. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next couple of chapters. All right. Thank you. All right.